Giridhari Shishi Radha Vinod Bihari Ju ki jai. Shri Govinda Gopinath Madan Mohan Ju ki jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupar Ashtar Shita Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj Shila Gurudev ki jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupar Ashtar Shita Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupar Ashtar Shita Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Shila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupar Ashtar Shita Shishimar Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupar Ashtar Shita Shishimar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki jai. Nitya Lila Pravishta Maha Bhagavat Shila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Nitya Lila Pravishta Shila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. Nitya Lila Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Shila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Shri Rupa Nugogoriya Guru Varga ki jai. Jai. All the associates of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki jai, and all of their disciples and grand disciples and great grand disciples ki jai. Jai Srila Baladev Vijabhushan Prabhu ki jai. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur ki jai. Shri Narottam Srinivas Shamananda Prabhu Trai ki jai. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Par ki jai. Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopal Bhatta Das Raghunath Shara Goswami Prabhu ki jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Śrīvāsa Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Kshetra Mandala Gaura Mandala Vraja Mandala Mathura Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Sarva Abhishta Pradata Giriraj Maharaj ki jai. Shri Radha Kunda Shama Kunda ki jai. Shri Amuna Devi Ganga Devi ki jai. Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi ki jai. Shri Bhakti Devi ki jai. Shri Purnamasi Yogamaya ki jai. Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev ki jai. Jai Shri Dainika Nadīyā Prakāśa ki jai. The head editor Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Of that magazine. All the periodicals of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada and all of his followers ki jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Gaur. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams, all dear devotees. There's Ramani Mohan Prabhu. Oh, the mic is not, it's not loud enough. That's strange. Hari Bol Nari Hari Prabhu, Bhavatarani Mataji, Shubhananda Prabhu, Śrīvāsa Prabhu, Bihari Prabhu, Raseshwari Mataji, and a few other devotees. Oh, it's because it's in the way. Yeah, okay, sorry. I understand now. And Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams, and Śrīvāsa, Shubhananda Prabhu. So, we are having our, I think our 6th gathering to read through the articles of Shri Dainika Nadīyā Prakāśa, which was the daily magazine of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada, which was Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj, who at that time was Pranavananda Brahmachari. He was the editor and writer and did everything for that magazine. So with us right now is Śrīvāsa Prabhu, who is translating every single issue, you're starting from the 3rd year, right? You started from the 3rd year?
Yeah, the first 2 years are still lost, unavailable.
Oh, wow. Okay. So I think I'll hand it over to you, Śrīvāsa. You can take us through that. Oh, and I'll just mention always at the beginning and end that all these articles that we're reading right now are available on the website nadiyaprakash.com, and Prakash is spelled Prakash, because I know that could be spelled in different ways. So it's nadiyaprakash.com if you'd like to access all the articles. And also Śrīvāsa's personal website is bigdrum.us, where he puts out lots of new content from like things that that's never been translated in English before from all of our acharyas. And yeah, anyways, okay, I'm gonna hand it over to you now, Śrīvāsa.
I'm gonna share my screen.
Oh, oops, sorry, I didn't give permission for that yet. Let me do that. Okay, now you can share it. Oh yeah, and sorry everybody. Today is we had to start half an hour later because I had another meeting I needed to attend, and it just ended. But normally these readings it takes place every Sunday, and normally it's half an hour earlier than now. It would be 7 a.m. India time, but just today it's 7:30. All right.
Okay. All right. So this is the, oh, I forgot to add the date on this one. What was the last one? It's like 28th of March.
I don't know. I've never seen the dates for them yet. Did you
No,
did you put on the last one?
Yeah, March 11th was the last one. So this would
Okay.
be March 12th, Tuesday.
That's convenient. Same number as the issue also.
Oh yeah, it is. Okay. Shri Guru Gauranga Jayataha. So yeah, the Bangla of this is Ekunupai ki. What recourse now? Or what are we to do now?
This is published 1928.
1928, yes. Somewhere in the world, there's famine. Somewhere, epidemics. Some places, devastating fires. Elsewhere, sudden deaths, grisly murders. Every column of the newspapers is being filled with so much news of such calamities. It never ends. We want peace for ourselves and peace for others. And we even make some efforts to that end. But how much do we actually manage to do? The havoc is far from decreasing. It just increases day by day. What do we do now? Suppose we feed 10 or 20 people, treat 20 or so patients, try to alleviate a few bouts of misery. But what did that do? The fire of chaos that burns viciously upon the chest of the world cannot possibly be quelled by the feeble efforts of even millions and millions of people like us. If a fire breaks out far from any human settlement, it is not as if 2 or 4 fire brigades are going to show up there. Maybe if a cloud forms from water vapor from the ocean and is driven by the wind and by chance arrives in the sky above that forest fire, and not just any cloud at any stage, but a cloud that is just about to rain, and indeed does rain, then that fire may be extinguished. Likewise, the fire of unrest in this world is not about to be extinguished unless there is a downpour of causeless mercy from Sri Bhagavan's beloved Indra-esque Sri Gurudev, who is the condensation of Bhagavan's compassion that rises like vapor from the ocean of Bhagavan's infinite benefactory virtues for the express purpose of delivering people afflicted by the forest fire of material existence. Aversion to Bhagavan is the root of all unrest in the world. As long as every last human being in the world does not relinquish his or her aversion to Bhagavan and engage in Bhagavad Bhajan at every moment under the guidance of a bona fide guru, there will be no auspiciousness for mankind. Let that sink in. Every last one, then we will have peace. If one person serves Bhagavan, another 50 are inspired to serve by his example. In this way, when each and every person in the world will be engaged in the service of the one master of the world, Jagannath, then a veritable fair of delight will open up. All distress will be dispelled. Though resorting to mundane means may somewhat dispel the chaos for a time, the only way to do away with it for all time is to take shelter at the lotus feet of the bhaktas and Bhagavan, who are the abodes of all peace. There used to be a form of punishment that entailed holding the accused underwater. When the offender really started flailing about in desperation, then the punisher would raise him out of the water for a moment to let him catch a breath. the person would feel like he was safe for a moment and take a breath. But alas, I figure that what he would not understand or would not want to understand is that he had been given a break only to be again pushed under the water and held there at the very next moment. Our efforts for respite amid infinite disturbance are also like this. We forget that the result of the temporary alleviation of suffering will invoke even more gruesome suffering. We think the temporary alleviation of suffering is happiness. Therefore, we should abandon our hopes for momentary happiness and peace and not delay a moment longer, that by which we can take refuge of eternal happiness and peace. We must be ready and present for that. Life is fleeting. It is there, and then it isn't. Ateva Maya Mohachari Buddhiman Nitya Tattva Krishna Bhakti Karuna Sandhan.
Could you translate that verse?
Oh, therefore, the intelligent person gives up the illusion of Maya, or discards the illusion of Maya, or attachments. Moha can also be attachments. Nitya Tattva Krishna Bhakti Karuna Sandhan. Karuna Sandhan. I think it just means search for Krishna Bhakti, the eternal truth. Which I'd like to find where that verse is from. What does it say up here in Bengali? Yeah, Karuna Sandhan.
Did you have to translate this whole thing with it that blurry?
No. I don't know why it's like that.
Okay.
Maybe because I took screenshots of this to add it.
Okay.
Okay.
So do you have any do you think this is coming from Srila? The first article, does it always seem to be coming from Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada's Harikatha?
Often. I'm not sure about this one.
Yeah.
Maybe. You know, this little example of a certain kind of punishment is interesting.
Yeah.
You often use different parables and things like that. Hard to say. Next is an installment of the Navadvīpa Dhāma Pracāriṇī Sabhā, the meeting minutes.
Is this
34.
the fourth time we're reading about this particular Navadvīpa Dhāma Pracāriṇī Sabhā?
Yeah, I think it might be the last or second to last.
But like it's been explained across like 4 issues now, I think. And you say that it's second to last, so there's gonna be another one, huh?
I think so. I don't think this is the last one.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like a pretty detailed meeting minutes, detailed all everything that went on. And it seems like Śrīpada Prakrit Bhakti Saranga Goswami Prabhu is quite prominent in all this. After this, he said, the manner in which...
Sorry, I'm just Srila Bhakti Saranga Goswami Maharaj. Was he the first disciple of Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada to go to the West?
He was, wasn't he?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think he was like one of the main people. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right, sorry.
And he's the one who's here, right? At Nimlitala.
Yes. And Ter Kadamba and yeah.
Ter Kadamba, right. After this, Śrīpada Prakrit Bhakti Sangranga Goswami said, the manner in which Mishra Thakur Sahib Shriyut Tikam Singh Ji received Om Vishnupad Shri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj in Naimisharanya Khetra on the occasion of Shri Shri Gaur Vinod Vilas Ji's Shri Vigraha installation at Shri Paramahansa Math, and orchestrated the festivities with such heartfelt attention was truly unprecedented. Inconceivably so. So many thousands of people were shouting the Jai Dhwani of Guru Gauranga Vinod Vilasji in unison that the dense sound seemed to rend apart the sky. There was a huge Nagar Sankirtan procession. There was a huge gathering. Several thousand men and women were fed sumptuous Mahaprasad of 4 rasa varieties. Countless people were showering flowers to bid Srila Prabhupada farewell. All the way from Sri Paramahansa Mutt to the Nimsar station, he, Tikamji, showered the whole road with Sikhi, Ani, and Paisa coins, encouraging everyone, rich or poor, to chant the names of Hari. He arranged for an indescribable farewell at the station, offered flowers, garlands, and arghya, and arranged for repeated ceremonial gunshots to be fired.
This is the most interesting festival I've ever heard. Wait, he like showered the road with money and then had gunshots?
Yeah, like,
wow.
you know, like an armed salute, or what is it called? Yeah. I've read that several times. Apparently it was like, it was the thing to do when Prabhupada came someplace. I guess the British time. I've read that several times. Apparently it was like, it was the thing to do when Prabhupada came someplace.
Hari Prabhu, whenever you open up your mic, it's good if you, before you do that, shut it off on the TV that you're watching.
I'm sorry, yes, sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's called Fire in a Salve.
Okay.
And
Fire what?
a salve. You know, it's usually for ceremonial like that, and it's a certain amount of salutes cannons according to the importance of the personality. Like that, you know, that was very British, very, you know, army-like.
They did that at my father's funeral.
At her father's funeral, Trini's father was a captain in the Second War, and he lived till 96. And he, when he passed away, the army, they sent, and they were arms and rifles, so no cannon.
Rifles.
Yeah.
But
this was cannon.
Bhakti Saranga, Srila Prabhupada was really close with Bhakti Saranga. And he, when his sister, his sister Bhavatrini had been initiated by Bhakti Siddhanta, and he asked her personally, why aren't you taking second initiation or addiction? I don't know what words he used, but she said her husband smoked bidis. So he said, oh, well, you have to be such a good, pure devotee that your husband becomes pure, then I'll give you Diksha. But then Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati entered Samadhi, and then right after that, her husband passed away. So she didn't have Diksha, so she asked Srila Prabhupada who to take from, and he recommended Bhakti Saranga. And Prabhupada also, Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada, our Prabhupada, he was also the president of Bhakti Saranga's math in Calcutta.
And she was the temple commander.
Oh, she was the temple commander, Prabhupada's sister.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They had a long, close. Interesting that he recommended him for his sister. Significant.
Yeah.
Could you continue on this? Because I have to go after a little while also, so I think we should continue on.
Sorry,
How Shriyut Thakur Sahib Tikam Simji Mahashaya, the main organizer of the festivities, had expressed his enthusiasm to serve Hari Guru and Vaishnavas, was thus described in detail, and heartfelt gratitude extended to him on behalf of Shri Navadvīpa Dhāma Pracāriṇī Sabhā. After this, Sripad Bhakti Saranga Goswami Prabhu extended the gratitude of Shri Navadvīpa Dhāma Pracāriṇī Sabhā to the famous Thakur Sahib of Gijagar, Shri Kushal Singh Ji Mahashaya, for his eagerness to hear Sriman Mahaprabhu's Katha during Srila Prabhupada's stay in Jaipur. After this, Śrīpad Bhakti Saranga Goswami Prabhu described the earnest service inclination of several other dedicated individuals. Their names were Shriyut Hari Prasad Banerjee, Shriyut Indra Narayan Chandra, Shriyut Dinanath Garai. He conveyed to them the gratitude of the Sri Dhāma Pracāriṇī Sabhā. Śrīpad Bharati Maharaj described the profuse assistance given by several other enthusiastic devotees in preaching Shuddha Bhakti and extended to them the thanks of the Sabhā. Their names were Shriyut Upendranath Mandal, Shriyut Biraj Mohan De, Shriyut Ramanath Goswami, Shriyut Harendranath Chakravarti, and Shriyut Krishna Chandra Adhikari. Of these individuals, Shriyut Biraj Mohan De Mahashai, owner of the Dhaka Manomohan Press, bore the entire expense of printing Bhajan Rahasya and several other books, thereby earning the gratitude of the whole Vaishnava world. After this, Tridandipad Srimad Bhakti Vivek Bharati Maharaj, his voice choked with devotion, glorified as best he could the reservoir of transcendental qualities, Pandit Śrīpad of Prakrita Bhakti Saranga Goswami Prabhu, who is like Nityananda. He said, "He who is always singing, doing kirtan of the sar or essence, Shri Krishna Katha, the subject of all Vedas and Vedanta, is, in the language of Srimad Bhagavatam, Saranga." Saranga can sometimes be referred to a bee or the instrument, the sarangi. So, and he who is the Swami, capable of conquering the go, senses, is Goswami. The person I have been ordered to glorify today is truly Saranga Goswami, and he is a transcendental entity, a prakrita vastu. How can I glorify him with my material senses? My only ambition is that he mercifully gives me a place near his feet. Śrīpad Anantavasudev Brahmachari Vidyabhushan B.A. Mahashai profusely glorified the services of Calcutta resident Sri Shyamacharan Adhikari, conveying heartfelt gratitude on behalf of the Sri Dhāma Pracāriṇī Sabhā. Trinandi Swami Srimad Bhakti Pradeep Tirtha Maharaj conveyed the endless gratitude of the Sabha to Shriyut Avidya Harandas Adhikari Mahashai, having described his considerable financial assistance and encouragement in building the Avidya Haran Paravidya Peeth, the temple room hall at Sri Caitanya Math. After this, Śrīpad Sundarananda Vidivino B.A. Mahashai gave some description of the forever memorable services rendered by the greatly pious Calcutta resident, Shriyut Madan Mohan Dasarikari Bhakti Madhukar Mahashai, and said, "The beautiful temple dome with 29 spires captivating our eyes today at Sri Caitanya Math is the representation of the heartfelt service of this exalted soul. It is almost needless formality to extend the Sabha's thanks to him for this." Śrīpad Sundarananda Prabhu then went on to describe the supreme enthusiasm of Shriyut Yatindranath Ghosh B.A. Mahashai in preaching Shuddha Bhakti and lending various kinds of support by body, mind, and words, and extended to him the heartfelt gratitude of the Sabha. After this, Acharya Trik Śrīpad Kunj Bihari Vidyabhushan Prabhu said, "Kanpur resident Shriyut Amulya Charan Sarkar Kaisari Hind Mahashai has offered indescribable assistance in preaching in Kanpur and the northwestern region. And even though he is living in a far-off foreign country, the enthusiasm and efforts he has demonstrated in the service of Hari, Guru, and Vaishnavas are truly invaluable. The Sri Dhāma Pracāriṇī Sabha is extending its heartfelt gratitude to him." Śrīpad Acharya Trik Prabhu extended the gratitude of Sri Navadvīpa Dhāma Pracāriṇī Sabha to Nadia District Police Superintendent, Mr. P.D. Keli Mahoday, for the assistance he offered the pure Vaishnavas in their service to the Dham, by providing a large police escort and being personally present to oversee the pilgrim's passage through Koladweep, current Navadvīpa town, during Sri Dham Navadvīpa Parikrama. After, I think it was 1926 that the attack happened in Puramatala. So then every year after that, they had a very large police escort to help the parikrama go through.
Very interesting.
Shri Vinod Bihari Brahmachari extended the thanks of the Sri Dhāma Pracāriṇī Sabha to retired engineer Param Bhagavat Shriyut Manmatanath Mitra Mahashai for the achievements he has demonstrated through his tireless efforts and wholehearted engagement in building Sri Caitanya Math, Sri Purushottam Math, and other mats and temples in the sacred dhams of Vishnu and the Vaishnavas. Sriyuta Atindriya Dasadikari Bhakti Gunakar Mahashay described the special eagerness and assistance offered by Dumurkunda resident Sriyuta Ramanath Rai Mahashay in preaching Shuddha Bhakti, and extended the gratitude of the Dhāma Pracāriṇī Sabhā to him. Tridandipad Srimad Bhakti Sarvasva Giri Maharaj described one by one the names of all the exalted individuals in Orissa, especially in Puri and Cuttack, who are demonstrating special cooperation in spreading the message of Shuddha Bhakti Dharma as propagated by Sriman Mahaprabhu. He extended to them the gratitude of Sri Sri Navadvīpa Dhāma Pracāriṇī Sabhā. Among them in Cuttack is one Madhupur Gada's Raj Bahadur. He is making special efforts both personally and through his employees to preach Shuddha Bhakti. 2. Sharat Chandra Mukherjee. He is offering special assistance in establishing the deities at Satchidananda Mat. 3. Cuttack City's municipal chairman, Param Bhagavat Devan Bahadur Shri Krishna Mohapatra MLC Mahashay. He has lent profuse assistance in preaching Shuddha Bhakti throughout all of Orissa. Others are Shriyut Dasrati Patanayak, Shriyut Radhamohan Patanayak, Sub-Deputy Collector, and Shriyut Subodh Chandra Hajra, Public Sector. Attorney Shriyut Madan Mohan Patanayak is offering special assistance in distributing Harinam Chintamani, Kalyana Kalpatru, and other books in the Utkal language. Shripad Aprakrita Bhakti Saranga Goswami Prabhu described the enthusiasm and eagerness demonstrated by Koch Bihar's Maharani, Srimati Indira Devi, in listening to Srimad Bhagavat Katha from the mouths of pure devotees, and extended, on behalf of Sri Dhāma Pracāriṇī Sabhā, heartfelt gratitude to her. I think Srila Bharati Maharaj has some stories about Aprakrita Bhakti Saranga Prabhu and this queen. She secretly gave him some donation or something and a pillow, something.
Oh, I remember that. Yes, yes. I do.
After that, he related the accumulation of profuse Bhakti-unmukhi Sukriti by the two brothers and residents of Calcutta's Jora Bagan, Param Bhagavat Shriyuta Bipini Bihari Mitra Vidyabhushan and Shriyuta Pulina Bihari Mitra. They have shouldered the extensive costs of building the beautiful two-story Singadwar gate at the entrance of the Sri Dham Māyāpura Yogapīఠ temple. Shripad Aprakrita Bhakti Saranga Goswami Prabhu extended the gratitude of the Sri Sri Navadvīpa Dhāma Pracāriṇī Sabhā to them. The Sabha also extended its gratitude to Shriyut Kishori Mohan Pal BL Mahashay for the enthusiasm he has shown in preaching Shuddha Bhakti. Shriyut Yatindranath Ghosh BA Mahashay described the heartfelt faith and sympathy demonstrated toward the preachers of Shuddha Bhakti. I'm not sure if sympathy is the right word. Empathy. By Shriyut Harendra Nath Das and Shriyut Brajalal Ghosh Mahashay, and the assistance they offered in preaching Sriman Mahaprabhu's message in this region during the preaching in Khulna Bazar, and extended the Sri Dhāma Pracāriṇī Sabha's thanks to them. Chidandipad Srimad Bhakti Swarup Puri Maharaj described the service of Junaad resident Shriyut Harinath Malik and Shriyut Madhavendra Dasadikari, and extended the Sabha's thanks to them. Shripad Anant Vasudev Vidyabhushan B.A. Mahashay described the accomplishments demonstrated by Pandit Shriyut Nandlal Rai Kavya Vidyasagar B.A. Mahashay in editing Harinama Amrita Vyakaran and teaching at the Paravidyapīఠ. And the service efforts, the associate editor of Dainika Nadīyā Prakāśa, Shriyut Kishori Mohan Dasarikari Sahitya Bhushan Purana Ratna Mahashay, has demonstrated through his poetry and essays. He praised both of these individuals profusely and thanked them on behalf of the Sri Sri Navadvīpa Dhāma Pracāriṇī Sabhā. Tridandi Swami Shripad Bhakti Hriday Ban Maharaj described the eagerness and assistance in preaching Shuddha Bhakti demonstrated by Barasol's renowned justice worker Shriyut Chitra Mohan Ganguly, Deputy Superintendent Shriyut Akshay Kumar Gupta, and Delhi resident Shriyut Krishna Chandra Bandyopadhyay Mahashay, and extended to them the Sabha's heartfelt gratitude. Afterwards, Tridandi Swami Shripad Bhakti Sarvasvagiri Maharaj, his voice choked with devotion amid Jaydwani of Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari, delivered some glorification of one of the Shri Shri Vishwa Vaishnava Rajabha's preachers, Tridandi Bhikshu Shri Srimad Bhakti Bharati Maharaj, for his oratory excellence. In the end, Shripad Bhakti Saranga Goswami Prabhu gave some introduction to the exemplary Guru Seva rendered by one of the Sri Sri Vishwa Vaishnava Raj Sabha's preachers, Chidanispad Shripad Srimad Bhakti Prakāśa Aranya Maharaj, and then described the one-pointed conviction in service shown by two sevaks of Sri Caitanya Mat, Sri Devakiryanandan Brahmachari and Shripad Paramananda Brahmachari Vidyaratna Sampradaya Vaibhavacharya Mahashay, explaining how they have become recipients of Sri Gurudev's boundless mercy for demonstrating profuse service efforts to restore the seva of Dvijavaninath Sri Sri Gaur Gadadhar deities in Champahatta and building a new temple, to restore and to build a new temple there. For this, he extended the Sri Dhāma Pracāriṇī Sabha's gratitude to them both. It's neat. You can see it. So there was the person who built the temple room, the Avidyaharan Dasarikari Prabhu, the brothers who built the two-tiered gates at Yogapit, publishers of Bhajan Rahasya, different things. It's just interesting seeing the different services people, and we can still go to these places and see those, those buildings are still there.
Yeah,
Their
now we know the history behind it all.
Yeah.
What I find so interesting, and it's like something, I mean, I don't see this taking place. I've never seen this taking place like nowadays, but how much there is a culture of giving encouragement and showing appreciation for all the services that everybody that did, and yeah, just there's like so much emphasis on giving encouragement to everybody. I think it's really beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, next, we're on a schedule. Sri Chaitanya's birthplace. So this topic is going to go on for quite a while. Many issues. There's a big conflict during this period about the birthplace of the Mahaprabhu. So this is the introduction to that. Sri Chaitanya's birthplace. In the Falgun 21st issue of the Dainika Nadīyā Prakāśa, the arguments and doubts of someone who wrote into them have been published. Shangshayatma vinashyati, one who doubts meets with ruin. Tarka pratishtanat achinta kaloje bhava natangs tarkena yojayat. Since mundane arguments cannot touch transcendental subject matters, one should not try to understand transcendental subjects through mundane arguments. To transgress this conception, which is in line with sadhu and shastra, is the purpose and venture of the letter writer. Therefore, it is necessary to investigate the previous history of the individuals who are questioning the authenticity of Sri Caitanya Dev's birthplace. We first need to consider what agitation is driving them to present doubts and arguments about this. If this birthplace is decidedly established, is their purpose to attack the Dharma preached by Caitanya Dev? Or do they have some favorable intention? General Gordon Sahib used to say, when I read the history of China, I immerse myself in the Chinese way of thinking, like I am a Chinese person reading the history of China. If someone were to engage in determining the geographical location of where Sri Caitanya Dev's birthplace was, they would only be able to arrive at the truth of the matter if they followed the example of this caliber of open-hearted people. Otherwise, if initiated in the dharma of envy, whatever efforts they would engage you or themselves in servitude to lust, anger, greed, delusion, arrogance, etc., they would, on the pretext of historical fact, attempt to establish the adhoksajavastu, sensorially inaccessible object, in the opposite of such transcendence. There are those who consider Sri Bhagavan Caitanya Dev to be something fit for their enjoyment. They see Caitanya Dev's place of birth and the determination of it to be commodities for their sense gratification. Their research in determining its location is based on jealousy and hatred, and their susceptibility to ulterior motives robs them of their ability to see the truth. Our apprehension is that the great mishap this argumentative party is invoking due to their being driven by all these proclivities will drive them to engage in something other than the service of Hari. If the same mundane current of thought that is applied to determining the place of Buddha Dev's birth, the place of Krittivasa's birth, or Ram Mohan Rai's place of birth, etc., becomes more and more pronounced, do they not fear the offense that will arise toward the feet of Sri Caitanya Dev? We have heard that those who make offenses to the Dhāma consider the Dhāma a platform for their enjoyment. That is what causes their offenses to the Dhāma. That cannot lead to the determination of the truth. Those who have studied the first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam know that no fallacious logic can be invented in meditation on the absolute truth. And because the absolute truth's relationship with the Dhāma is such that the two are identical to each other, no illusory kuhaka, deceit, can swallow them. Seeing Sri Caitanya Dev is covered by such trickery, thinking of his Dhāma as appearing in the mundane time continuum of karma and gyan, heroism, and attempting to establish that eternal reality or vastu, which is characterized by a form of absolute truth within the framework of temporary material speculations, is something that is entirely consumed by kuhak. Therefore, though these mentally conjured and driven tasks of investigation may suit those who are inimical to Vishnu and the Vaishnavas, no devotee of Bhagavan engages in such pursuits. An investigation that is meant to satisfy the malice of certain individuals, or is conducted with the express purpose of attacking certain individuals, and poses as genuine literature that is attempting to evaluate something beyond the purview of mundane literature, while harmfully implicating simple passers-by, can never be honored. So it's a harsh cautioning to start. Next is, okay, yeah. I'm like, I'd like to get you to read, but I'm reading these because some of these are quite, I noticed this issue, a lot of it's quite convoluted, really long sentences, and even my proofreading
I don't
is
mind
not...
in the slightest. Yeah, no, it's yeah, that's great.
Honorable editor of Dainika Nadīyā Prakāśa. Nowadays, I am hearing that many have made a big stir about determining the place of Sri Caitanya Dev's birthplace. Oh, place of Sri, yeah, see, stuff like that, of Sri Caitanya Dev's birth. But what I want to ask is, who will be doing the determining? The way I see it, if Swayam Bhagavan Caitanya Dev's appearance place is determined the way we determine the home plots of Ramas and Shyamas like us, and if a handful of Ramas and Shyamas like us are the judges of this, then there's really nothing else to say. For quite a while now, I have been seeing that whether or not a certain group of people actually hold an assembly, God knows, but nonetheless, the announcement will appear in big, tall letters in the newspaper, reading, "Today there was an assembly in such and such place, and it was decided in the assembly that Gauranga's birthplace is in Ramchandrapur, at the present site of the Kankur Kankur field." It is as if holding an assembly is a new popular game for kids. There was no assembly, nothing happened, and suddenly it comes out in the newspaper. There was an assembly. By the grace of the English government, there is no scarcity of printing presses. Whatever you can write with 2 strokes of a pen is sufficient. It makes me think of when I was a boy and we used to hold assemblies all the time in the school's debate club. One of us would be the chairman, some of us would be the speakers, and the rest would form the audience. But none of the topics we discussed were relevant or made sense. It makes me laugh to think about that now. All these assemblies seem like those games. My questions are, who will be the chairman of the assembly that decides where Sri Caitanya's birthplace is? Who will decide if he is qualified? Who will be entrusted with electing the chairman, with making sure he is not just a speculator who is inimical to Caitanya? Who are the panel members of the assembly? What qualifications do they have for this task? We see in Nyaya Shastra that if we want to arrive at a conclusion on a subject, we have to avail ourselves of the Vishay, the subject, Sangshay, the doubts, Sangati, reconciliation, Purvapaksha, opposition, and Siddhanta, conclusion. These 5-fold paths of logic. Otherwise, None of the views of those who tread nefarious paths to reach conclusions will be accepted in civilized society as having any value. Those who will be judges of the proposed issue, do they know about these 5 aspects of Nyaya? Are they unbiased or not? We know that no new assembly can be created to discuss Sri Caitanya. The Sri Sri Vishwa Vaishnava Raj Sabha manifested by Swarup and Rup, the beloved associates of Sri Sriman Mahaprabhu, is eternally present to discuss the topics of Sri Caitanya. The only chairman of that assembly is Swayam Bhagavan Abhinna Brajendra Nandan Shri Gaur Sundar. And the members are the followers of Swarup and Rup throughout all universes. No one except those paid in envy will accept the words of the antagonists who do not follow this Vishwa Vaishnava Raj Sabha and want to convene new assemblies. The chairman, in a discussion about Sri Caitanya, cannot be a business-minded, conditioned soul who is greedy for sense objects. There are parameters for the qualifications of the attendees of that assembly as well. Those who are absorbed day and night in thoughts other than Krishna, who are reward-seeking karmis or suicidal jnanis. On the strength of what reasoning can they even imagine determining the site of Chaitanya's birth? This I cannot understand. We were under the impression that everyone had accepted the path of the Mahajans regarding the determination of Sri Chaitanya Dev's birthplace and were worry-free. But later we saw several people begin saying that Koladvip, present-day Navadvīpa town, or the so-called Māyāpura, is Mahaprabhu's birthplace. Sometime later, a rumor started spreading that the Kakur field of Ramchandrapur is Māyāpura. The average fool forgets everything they know as soon as they see something in print. You can print whatever rubbish you want on a piece of paper and show them, look, this here is Mahaprabhu's birthplace, give me money. There is no counting how many different ways there are to get money from foolish people popping up every day. O Mahaprabhu, O Nityananda, how long will it take to clear away all these misguided efforts of these Dhāma paradis? How long will we have to tolerate this irritation, Lord? Mahaprabhu's eternal associate, Nityalila Prabhishta Shri Srimad Bhakti Vinod Thakur Mahashay, Vaishnav Sarabhoma Shri Shri Jagannathas Babaji Maharaj, Shri Shri Paramahansa Babaji Maharaj, and other perfected souls saw with their transcendental eyes and designated the site of Mahaprabhu's birth with irrefutable historical and geographical evidence. Today it seems like some so-called servants of Sri Caitanya who are actually opposed to him and are just greedy for sense gratification want to say that the conclusion of these exalted personalities was false. Who has earned the qualification to reveal the Dhāma? Who has obtained transcendental vision? Will it not occur to these jealous competitors even once what a fearsome result will come of trying to measure a transcendental reality with mundane intelligence? Even now, it is good to be cautious. There is still time. There is a limit to aparad. The eternally manifest reality is never unmanifest. One not need be so industrious in revealing it. Andhibhuta chakshujar vishaya dhulite kemone se paratattva paibe dekite. So someone whose eyes are blinded by the sense objects, how can they hope to see the paratattva, the supreme truth? That is all for today. Later, I will communicate about other topics. All I request is that you not neglect these topics, but discuss them somewhat. Shri Prativadi Bhayankar, Shri Kuliya Navadvīpa. That's obviously a pseudonym. Prativadi means a refutationer. Bhayankar, fearsome, a fearsome refutationer, who's obviously living in Kuliya Navadvīpa, doesn't want to reveal his name. All right. Maybe, do you want to read this section? Māyāpura Pūrṇa-candrodaya?
Sure, I can. Yeah. 1 second. Let me just. Oops. Wait, I didn't share my screen, did I? 1 second. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Once again, where is it? There it is. Hey, it's not letting me zoom in. Okay. So Māyāpura Pūrṇa-candrodaya continued from the previous issue. And so we started from Mahaprabhu's appearance, like we started on Gaur Purnima Day, right? So we missed like the two previous issues, right? In those two previous issues, was this there? Like, was this Śrī Māyāpura Pūrṇa-candrodaya series there?
No, it started
on Gaur Purnima. Okay, cool. Right, so every night, Mahaprabhu continued from the previous issue. So every night, Mahaprabhu began to bar the doors of Śrīvāsa Pandit's house and incessantly relished the bliss of kirtan with his associates and expansions. The Pashandas, the miscreants, were not eligible for entrance, so they engaged in many efforts to insult Śrīvāsa Pandit. A so-called Brahmin named Gopala Chapala placed articles of worship of Devi, including a pot of liquor, at Śrīvāsa's doorstep. For that offense to a Vaishnav, he developed leprosy. Tormented by intolerable pain, he sought Mahaprabhu's mercy. But Mahaprabhu understood the gravity of his offense and did not forgive him. After Mahaprabhu took sannyas and returned from Nilachal to Kulia for some days, Chapala Gopala surrendered to Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu instructed him to please Śrīvāsa Pandit. By Śrīvāsa's mercy, Gopal Chapal's offenses were mitigated. One night, Mahaprabhu wanted to demonstrate the exemplary teaching of giving up bahirmukh, that means averse outsider, bad association, forbidding the entrance of unqualified persons, and performing Hari Kirtan with qualified saintly persons. So he was in Śrīvāsa's house with his intimate devotee companions, with the doors barred, and was doing kirtan. Śrīvāsa's mother-in-law was hiding in the home during the kirtan, but Mahaprabhu, being omniscient, came to know and conveyed that he was not feeling the exuberance he normally felt. Deciding there must be some outsider hiding somewhere, Śrīvāsa finally, after searching extensively, found his mother-in-law hiding in the corner of the house. Grabbing her by the hair, he stood her up and ordered that she be expelled from the house. One full moon night, on the order of Mahaprabhu, Sri Nityananda Prabhu vowed to perform Vyas Puja, so Śrīvāsa Pandit became the Acharya of Vyas Puja. In the midst of Sankirtan, Sri Nityananda Prabhu placed all the garlands on Mahaprabhu's neck. He placed all the garlands on Mahaprabhu's neck. Gaurasundar revealed his Sharbhuj, his six-armed form, to Nityananda Prabhu. In this way, Mahaprabhu was revealing various types of majesty in Navadvīpa. Drawn by Mahaprabhu, Chattagram resident, the Vaishnav Paramahansa crown jewel, Sri Pundarik Vidyanidhi, came to Navadvīpa and met with Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu one day sat upon the throne of Vishnu in Śrīvāsa's home and manifested extraordinary majesty. This wondrous mood lasted 7 prahars, that's 21 hours, which is why the devotees refer to it as Sat Prahariya Bhav, or Mahaprakash, the great manifestation. During this Sapta Prahar Bhav, Mahaprabhu blessed one fortunate maid named Dukhi, who was fetching water for Mahaprabhu's Abhishek. He blessed her with the name Sukhi. He also revealed the glories of Sridhar. Oh, that's my favorite part of Chaitanya Bhagavat. We just read it yesterday, actually. We read the whole, The Lord also distributed his mercy to Haridas. On the day of Mahaprabhu's Mahaprakash, Sri Mukunda stayed outside the gate. When the Lord had shown his mercy to each and every devotee, the devotees informed Mahaprabhu. They said, Sri Mukunda is outside. The Lord said, I will not be so quickly pleased with Mukunda because he discusses pure devotion with the devotees, and then he goes to the Mayavadis and accepts the Mayavad written in Yoga Vashishta. Knowing that Mukunda would now be firm in his rejection of Mayavadi association, the Lord had brought to him that moment. The Lord had him brought to him that moment and displayed his grace to him. By this pastime, Mahaprabhu conveyed that one can never please Bhagavan if one does not give up the bad association of so-called Samanvayavadis, people who see all paths as one or equal, and develop one point. Mahaprabhu conveyed that one can never please Bhagavan if one does not give the association, such bad association up, and develop one pointed conviction and pure devotion that is devoid of anyabhilash, karma, and gyan. Sri Advaita Acharya is the godbrother of Jagadguru Mahaprabhu's acting guru, Sri Ishwar Puri. Because of this, Mahaprabhu treated Advaita Acharya with devotion fit for one's guru. Sri Advaita Acharya was disturbed by this demonstration of respect. So, in order to obtain the Danda Prasad, the punishment mercy of Mahaprabhu, Advaita Acharya went to Shantipur and began teaching the path of Gyan to various unfortunate individuals who deserved to be cheated. I wonder if Advaita Acharya's sons were affected by this at that time also, because a lot of his sons took up that path also, isn't it?
I think, yeah.
Hearing about this, Mahaprabhu was overcome with anger and arrived in Shantipur, where he proceeded. And I love the description of this part, that when Advaita Acharya saw Mahaprabhu coming, was so enraged, and then he started preaching the glories of Gyan even more enthusiastically, because he wanted to rile Mahaprabhu even more up. He got more excited. The more angry he saw Mahaprabhu, the more excited he got to spread Gyan. Because he knew he was going to be getting the Danda Prasad, really good. So, So, hearing about this, Mahaprabhu was overcome with anger and arrived in Shantipur, where he proceeded to physically assault Advaita Prabhu in a most extreme way. Upon receiving this Prahar Prasad, this assault mercy, Advaita Prabhu began dancing in bliss and said, "Today, all my desires are fulfilled." And then Mahaprabhu was very
this
embarrassed.
definitely had an effect on Advaita Acharya's sons. They saw their father getting assaulted by Mahaprabhu. That's why they lost their faith.
They're he's preaching Gyan, and then they see he gets assaulted by Mahaprabhu. Yeah, it's no wonder they were. One day, when Mahaprabhu, and I think, in our Gaudiya Bhasha readings, it seems like that continued even on to this day. There are people who say, no, Advaita Acharya is supreme, and Mahaprabhu's they're still, but I think there's different branches of Advaita Acharya's family also. It isn't all just one, yeah. One day, when Mahaprabhu describes the incomparable glories of Sri Nam to the devotees, an unfortunate student said, "This is not the real glory of Nam. This is just an exaggeration." Mahaprabhu forbid the devotees from looking upon the face of that Namaparadi student and took his whole entourage to bathe in the Ganga with their clothes on. One day, the Lord displayed a pastime of becoming overcome with exhaustion while performing Nagar Sankirtan. Is that supposed to be when the party had arrived?
No, where?
Okay. Where the party had arrived, in the courtyard of one devotee's house, Mahaprabhu sowed the seed of a mango tree. Within a moment, a full-grown tree appeared, full of ripe fruits. With those mangoes, they had a mango feast. This place is presently known as Amahatta or Amaghata. Cool. I wonder if it was named after that pastime.
Yeah, Amghata, marketplace.
To be continued. Yes. All right, Śrīvāsa, do you want to read the various topics, the news?
For the news, I think you have to let me share again.
Oh yeah, sorry. 1 second, let me do that. And I know we started half an hour later, and I know for those of you on the East Coast, it's getting close to midnight now, probably. So if anybody has to go, Dandavat Pranams, thank you so much for joining. All right, you can start reading. And next time we won't start this late. This is one time only. Yeah.
Nana Katha, various topics. Sharing. Local news. Case file. In Meherpur district, Latafar, Ingraj, Khedir, Alam, Taher, and Kocher were charged under section 120B, 307.34 of the Penal Code, and it has been several days since the case was filed. Yesterday, a jury's decision sentenced Latafar and Imraj to 7 years and 6 years of imprisonment with labor, respectively. Kheder has been sentenced to 6 years and co-chair to 4 years of imprisonment with labor, and Alem and Taher have been acquitted due to lack of evidence. Indian news. Special facilities for East Indian Railway passengers. From March 1st, the fares for second and third class passengers on the East India Railway's mail trains have been made the same as the fares on passenger trains. This provides special benefits for travelers. Jamshedpur. A few days ago near Tata Nagar station, the lifeless body of a Chhattisgarh woman was found. The police are currently investigating. Gruesome dacoity in Madaripur. On the night of February 28th, around 2 a.m., approximately 20 robbers forced their way into the residence of one Nagarabasi Mandal, a resident of Sonamandi village in Madaripur Thana. They broke down the door, entered the house, and demanded the keys from his elder son, Pachu. During the commotion, Nagarabasi's other son, Gopal, confronted one of the robbers and attacked him with a knife. Another robber grabbed the knife and attacked Gopal with it, causing injuries to his back and left hand. In an attempt to protect Gopal, Nagarabasi also suffered injuries in his stomach and fell to the ground. Pachu's wife took their little girl and tried to escape the house. The robbers then poured nitric acid on her. The room had jute stored in it, and the robbers set fire to it while making off with a significant amount of cash and valuables. Nagarabasi, Pachu, Gopal, Pachu's wife, and the little girl sustained serious injuries and were rushed to the hospital. Unfortunately, Pachu's wife and the little girl have died in hospital. The police are actively investigating the incident. Awful, horrible.
Oh, God, that's awful.
Satkama bomb case verdict. Session Judge Mr. H.C.W. Wyatt has delivered his verdict in Dhaka's Satkama bombing conspiracy. The case was deliberated with the aid of a 5-person jury. For use, Birendra Chandra Nandi, Atul Chandra, Jitendra Lal Roy Chaudhary, and Shama Charan or Gyan Chandra Chand Mame were charged with possession of explosive substances and illegal weapons without a license, as well as conspiracy to commit a bomb attack. They were charged under Section 5 of the Explosive Substance Act and Section 120B of the Indian Penal Code. The judge, with the majority of the jury in agreement, sentenced Atul and Jitendra to 2 years and 6 months of rigorous imprisonment each. Commission's Lahore journey. The day before yesterday, in the afternoon, members of the Simon Commission traveled from Arkonam to Lahore by special train. One of the members, Vernon Hartshorn, is still in a distressed condition and is staying in Madras, but he is recovering and expected to join other members of the Commission in Lahore. City College summer break. Disorder still prevails among the student body of City College, so the college administration has decided to close the college from March 12th to June 26th for summer break. The college will reopen. Oh, that's weird. Will reopen on June 18th. I have to check that, Monday. Principal Hiramba Maitra has issued a circular stating that when the governing body closes the college from March 12th, the Ram Mohan Roy hostel will also be closed. After March 16th, no student will be able to stay in the hostel. If boarders do not vacate the hostel on these specified days, complaints against them will be lodged with the university for their offense. All students who are candidates for examination will have their conduct certificate withdrawn, and the syndicate will be informed so that they cannot take their exams. Medinipur municipal election. Rai Bahadur Manmatanath Basu has been elected as the chairman of Medinipur Municipal Corporation and Rai Sahib Kshitish Chandra Dutt as the vice chairman. No candidate from the local Congress party ran for election. Massive Calcutta Student Assembly. The day before yesterday, in the afternoon, a massive student assembly took place at Calcutta's Albert Hall. Countless groups of Calcutta's youth participated in this assembly. By unanimous accord, Shri Pramod Kumar Ghoshal Mahashai assumed the position of chairman. This assembly was called with the aim of forming a union for all students in Calcutta. The allegations of disobedience brought against students by some school and college authorities in Calcutta and various suburbs were refuted in this assembly. The chairman, sir, discussed the flaws in the current education system, stating that the relationship between students and teachers nowadays is not as it once used to be. In the past, teachers loved their students like their own children, and students also had the kind of devotion to their teachers that one has for one's father. He emphasized that today's education system is such that students are not given the opportunity to expand their mental acumen. Administrators want that students become composed, peaceful, and well-behaved children who simply maintain their so-called peace and order. And they have no problem if that hinders the students' development as human beings. One student speaker named Shri Revati Mohan Varman said, "There is no connection between this student movement and the political turmoil in the country." Another speaker said, "The main goal of the student union is to ensure the welfare of the entire student community and protect its interests." After several more student speakers, following much debate, the following proposal has been accepted. Except for primary and secondary schools, every recognized educational institution in Calcutta will choose 2 representatives to form temporary committees to create a regulatory plan by March 15th. 5 members were elected right at the assembly. They have already been empowered to carry out their preliminary tasks. Sudden death. A 14-year-old boy named Kachi Kishore Dutt, suffering from a severe case of malaria, was using a patented medicine. This medicine was kept near a bottle of nitric acid. On the 13th of Falgun, the boy accidentally consumed the nitric acid instead of the medicine. A while later, his father found out, and he was sent to the hospital in the medical college. The boy passed away nearly 2 hours later. Street sweeper strike ends. Last Friday evening, the Method Dharmagat street sweeper strike in Calcutta concluded. That day in the afternoon, a delegate, the Calcutta Corporation's Mayor Sengupta, the mayor said to increase the rate for every street sweeper by 2 rupees and ensure that their wages will gradually increase. Wages for the strike period will also be paid. The delegation was satisfied with this assurance and met with the street sweepers in the field by the monument and asked them to resume their duties. The strikers resumed work at 5 p.m. And that's it for today.
Great. Justice for the street sweepers. Street sweepers. Yeah.
Yes.
My God. For those people who are like just about to go to bed, maybe it's good idea for them to leave before the
news. Yeah.
Oh my God. That's going to disturb me for a while. That one, especially the girl and their mother. Anyways, heavy. But yeah, it's interesting to know what the times were like back then. All right, so I'll just do a short Maha Mantra and then we can end our session for today.
It's
cool. And even though we started half an hour late, we only went like 5 minutes over our normal time. So that's great.
Good job.
Okay. Oh, what's a melody? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Shnitai Gaur, Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Śrīvāsa, would you like to do the Jaidwani? Otherwise, I can do it. Okay. Yeah, okay, I'll do it. Jai Shishi Guru Gauranga Gandharvi. I'll do a short Jaidwani. Jai Shishi Guru Gauranga Gandharvi Giridhari Shishi Radha Vinod Bihari Juki Jai. Shri Govinda Gopinath Madan Mohan Juki Jai. Jai Srila Guru Dev Ki Jai. Srila Param Guru Dev Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Nogagoriya Guru Varga Ki Jai. Jai Swapashad Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Shri Gauramandal Vrajamandal Mathura Vrindavan. Sorry, Kshetra Mandal, Gauramandal, Vrajamandal, Mathura Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Sarva Abhishtabhadata Giriraj Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi Ki Jai. Jai Shri Swaparshad Shri Gaur-Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Radha Krishna Gopa Gopigana Ki Jai. Jai, all the periodicals of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada Ki Jai, and all the periodicals of all of his followers and disciples Ki Jai. Jai Shri Nityalila Pravishya Shishmat Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai, the editor of Dainika Nadīyā Prakāśa. Jai Shri Dainika Nadīyā Prakāśa Ki Jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Samagata Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Nitai Gaura Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Vrindai Tulsi Devaya Priyai Keshavashta Krishna Bhakti Praddevi Satyavata Vancha Kalpatarubhyashta Kripa Sindhu Bhevaja Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Dandavat pranams, everybody. Wow, a lot of people joined today. I see there are 10 people on YouTube and Facebook, and there were 10 people here, now there's 9 people, so 20 people altogether. But Dandavat pranams, everybody. Let's see. Dandavat pranams Śrīvāsa Prabhu, Shubhananda Prabhu, Nri Hari Prabhu, Bhavatarani Mataji, Gopal Ganasham Prabhu, Subhadra Didi, Champak Mataji, Anadi Krishna Prabhu, Archan Didi, and Śrīvāsa, of course. And then Bihari Prabhu, Raseshwari Mataji, Ramani Mohan Prabhu, Raseshwari Mataji, Gargarajji, Vidya Lalasa Didi, and everybody else. Dandavat pranams. See you all next time. If anybody wants to access any of these articles, go to NadīyāPrakāśa.com. Prakāśa is spelled Prakash. NadīyāPrakāśa.com. And also, I highly recommend you all subscribe to Śrīvāsa's newsletter, his website, bigdrum.us, where you'll get lots of different articles by our acharyas that have never been published in English before. And thank you so much for joining, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one, next Sunday. Tomorrow, we're going to be having our Rays of the Harmonist Ishtagoshti session at 7 a.m. We're going to be reading an article by Srila Bhakti Pragyan, my Param Gurudev Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, on the glories of Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. So I hope you can all join for that. We'll have a discussion on the glories of Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, and then a couple days after that, in 3 days from now, like from today, 3 days, we are going to be starting our daily program to go through every single kirtan of Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. We're starting with all the songs of Sharanagati. And then we'll go through the songs of Manashiksha and Gitavali, Kalyana Kalpataru, Gitamala. So that will be our daily program, except for when we have these the Raise of the Harmonist Ishtagoshi sessions and these Sunday Dainika Nadīyā Prakāśa sessions. But other than that, it will be every single day, going through the songs of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, going through the melodies that you could sing them in, well, most importantly, going through the meanings of the songs and how we can apply them in our lives, and also a bit of the Bengali grammar so that you can start to understand you don't have to depend on translations, you can understand the source language. And yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that. So I hope you could also join for that starting in 3 days. All right. Dandavat pranams. Thank you so much for joining. Thanks, Śrīvāsa, for translating these articles and coming here to read them with us. And
Thank you.
Jai Shri Radhe. Hari Bol. Ending now.